$25 off is not a Black Friday sale. We used to be a proper country. Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me. Yes, Lagoon was trying to tell me that $25 off a season pass was a sale, a Black Friday sale. You know, whatever, if you have a regular sale, that's fine. For a Black Friday sale, are you kidding me? First of all, your season pass is overpriced anyways. Your general admission passes are overpriced anyway. And your season passes don't even come with like discounts on food, on merch. Not that I'd buy any merch from Lagoon, but I just, I'm so baffled. And the next thing that comes to my mind is, does anybody want to go in on a second amusement park in Utah? I have several years of training. I've created and ran multiple hundreds of parks to to success on Roller Coaster Tycoon. So I know what's up. I know where to place all the restrooms. I know where to place all the food vendors. I know what prices to price them at. I know what rides they like. I know rides they don't like. I just know. I know my demographic. I know it all. So if anyone wants to foot the bill on a new amusement park in Utah, I will gladly run it. And I think it's time that we put this monopoly that is Lagoon in its place and just show that they need to step up their game. Like, they don't even have restaurants. They need like places to go in and sit. Like at Disneyland, they have, places you go and sit and eat, not just stand at the thing and order deep fried food and then go sit on a gross park bench and eat it. I don't know. It's just it really bugged. Like, it was super fun to have a season pass this year to kind of go, and then you didn't feel like you had to be there from open to close because ticket prices are $120 for one day, and a season pass is $200. So if you went twice, it paid for itself. But still, and then when I'm like, "Are there any discounts on food?" Like, no. I'm like, so, and then you have to pay for parking still. It's just ridiculous to me. So anyway, you did not miss out on Lagoon's Black Friday sale because it was not a sale. It was barely anything. Also, you didn't miss out on Target, honestly. We waited in line, me and my friends, Catherine and Dalton, and Spencer and Owen, at the Target in Sandy. And I got there first, and there weren't that many cars, and there was a little bit of a line, but I didn't realize the line like wrapped around the building. And I was on TikTok waiting for everyone else to show up, and I look up and there's all these cars around me now. I'm like, oh. But I did not want to wait in the cold, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, if it is not meant to be, it's not meant to be, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And if you're wondering why I was there, it's for the Taylor Swift Eras Tour book and the Torture Poets Department, I almost said Troubled, anthology edition, which has the last half of the album on it, which is probably one of my favorite albums she's done. So, of course I had to get that. Anyway, we made it. It was fine. It was cold. We had to wait for like a half hour. And then after we went and walked around Target, and they had like no sales. Like, there was hardly anything on sale. Anything. And if there was, it was like 30 or 40%. And I'm like, where is the 50 and 60 and 70% off stuff? Like, where is it? And then we went to the front, but we had 2 cashiers open. I'm just so confused. I don't know. I mean, Black Friday hasn't been the same for a long time. But, oh well. I just miss the days of people fighting over a Samsung TV and Tickle Me Elmo and, just normal American stuff. Anyway, how was your Thanksgiving? Mine was pretty good. Everyone came to my house, and it was fun. We we didn't have our whole family here, but we had quite a few family members. And I made my Martha Stewart potatoes, they were delicious. And it's kind of just a relaxed day. This is the first year I haven't had to work Black Friday in a long time, even though I woke up even earlier than I would have to go to work, to go to Target. But yeah, so I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. And I finally started decorating for Christmas because you know me, I wait until after Thanksgiving. I've got 2 trees up so far, and I'm kind of just going through the rest of the Christmas stuff, which there's so much stuff. So I have 2 more trees to do, and just like random stuff around the house. But yeah, and then my tree I did upstairs. I didn't do my big tree like I usually do, just because now we have so many people come here during the holidays. We have like our our family Christmas party here, and then our other family Christmas day here. And the tree is super pretty, but it is so big, and it's just, I don't know, trying to get all these people in the house around this giant tree is just a lot. So I did a different tree, a smaller one, and it's like I think one of my favorite trees I've ever done. I tied um, ribbon onto the branches, and it's like striped red ribbon with like tan in it too, and then some gold ribbon, and then it's just old fashioned looking red Christmas ornaments, just round ones. And then I forgot these ones we had when I was little. These, I don't even know what they would be, but it's like little mice. It's hard to explain, but like one sleeping on a moon. It's almost like the Hickory Dickory Dock. Is that what it's called? The cow jumped over the moon. I think that's what it's called. Nursery rhyme. Because there's one that's a grandfather clock. There's one with a mouse sleeping on a moon. There's one, maybe it's not. There's a mouse in a Christmas stocking, but they're just old and they're cute. So I put those up too. But I like to stare at this tree because it's so pretty. And then downstairs I have a flocked Christmas tree, and I put blue lights on it, and it's got blue ornaments and this really cute like Dutch ribbon with little deer on it that I bought. I think I got it at Michael's last year. Michael's or Joanne. I have a whole tote full of ribbon. I was so mad one year. So the ribbon that I put on the tree upstairs, I got one roll, and I can't even remember where I got it. I must have got it at Home Depot because for some reason I only bought one. Never do that. Always buy multiple, especially if you like something. And I'm like, well, I want some more of it. So I'm Googling and I cannot find it anywhere. Finally, I find it at Home Depot. So I order it or go into the store and it's nowhere to be found. But I took online and it's like, there are 400 of these available. So I'm like, well, that's weird. So I ordered online and I'm like, well, I'll just pick them up because maybe they're in the back or maybe they're somewhere else. I go and pick them up and they're not the thing that's on the picture. I'm like, that's annoying. So I ordered them from another store, and I went and picked them up, and it's the other ribbon. And I'm like, finally I go up. I'm like, what is going on? They're like, oh, we use the same SKU for this ribbon. I'm like, I work in a store, and this would never happen because of stuff like this. I'm like, I've spent probably 2 days trying to get this ribbon and driven like 100 miles trying to get this ribbon. Like, you don't put the same SKU on 2 different products. That is so stupid. So dumb. So anyway, yeah, I have a lot of the other ribbon. I think I returned some of it that I ordered because I'm like, I don't want all this. It's like, it's not bad, but it's kind of like cheesy Christmas tree looking thing. But it was not the red striped ribbon that I wanted. And it made me really sad. Anyway, how did I get on the subject of decorating? Yeah, and then last year and the year before, I think, at work, they sold these little Dutch, I don't even know how to explain them. They're like um, wood carved Christmas. I guess Scandinavian would be more accurate of a word. And one of them is like super long. It has 25 little drawers you can open. One's kind of medium height. It's got 25 drawers. One is just like a little house. I don't know. They're cute. I'll post it on TikTok when it's all ready. So that all goes downstairs. I got my Christmas bedding that I bought, and I went to my sister's got new sheets from Ross, and they're actually really cute. My one sister got, they're like skiers, and the other one got the reindeer. What is that called? The with like the Yeti and the reindeer, those old Christmas movies. Anyway, it's the reindeer and like the North Pole and all that stuff. So I got those, and they're super comfortable and warm. So I'm just slowly getting my Christmas stuff out. But yeah, what else? What else is new? I got my Eras Tour book. I already told you that, but I just have to tell you again. So that was kind of like Black Friday. Like we got in, and right at the very front, they had all the Taylor Swift stuff, and they were on these like stands, and it was just like chaos. People were just reaching and grabbing, and I went around the back because the first side was all the books were gone, and I see on the bottom shelf that there are still books. So I get on my hands and knees, and I'm grabbing books, trying to give them to Catherine and them, and they're like, "We already got some. I'm like, "Should I get two?" She's like, "Why would you get two?" I'm like, "I don't know. It just seems appropriate." Everyone's like clamoring to get all these books, and then the vinyls, they went quickly, but on the back of the display, it looks like it's just a picture of the vinyl, and so everyone's like reaching and grabbing, trying to get the vinyl, but they're just hitting the box because it's not really there. And I'm kind of just sitting up front, and I overhear this girl and her friends. She's like, "Look what I got." They're like, "Oh, we already got you one." She's like, "Oh, okay. I'll go put this back. I'll go give it to someone who wants it." And I was like, "Are you gonna put that back?" And she looks at me. She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Can I have it?" She's like, "Yeah." And then I turn around, and my friends are holding like four in their hands. I'm like, "Where did you get those?" They're like, "Oh, they just came out the back with more." But apparently, they only ordered like 100 vinyls per store versus like 1,000 books per store. So they kept restocking them, but there were only so many vinyls, and people were like, "Why didn't they do more vinyls?" I'm like, "I don't know. I got mine, so I don't really care what you guys do." Um, but yeah, so that was my Black Friday, and then I went and took a nap, and I watched the new Noah Beck movie on Tubi. It's free. It was good. I mean, it was cheesy, of course, but I kind of like those movies. Basically, the premise is this girl is a dancer in high school, and this boy, Noah Beck, is a football player in high school, and he's like the jock, and everyone loves him, and he's rich, has all his money, drives a motorcycle, just like stereotypical high school footballer. Except for, do people in high school drive motorcycles? I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, he likes her. She don't like him. She's focusing on her dancing, and I don't know. He convinces her to go on a date with him or something, and they kind of just like slowly fall in love. And then he has to tell his dad. What is uh Chad Michael Murray's character's name on Cinderella Story? It's giving that when he's like, "I want to be a writer, Dad. I'm giving up on your dream, not mine." Let's see. Hang on. Let me find it. Austin Ames is his name. Anyway, it's giving that because Noah Beck wants to go to a different school, but his dad wants him to go to Waco, which I've been to Waco. I would not want to go to school there. It's cool. It's where Joanna Gaines and all that, is. I would not want to live there. It was very different than they portray it on the show. Let's just say that. And there's not much to do there. So I don't blame him for not wanting to go. And basically they just like had to fall in love, but then they're like, we can't be together because we're both leaving to go to schools, different schools and whatever. But it works out in the end. So it's pretty good. It's free. And I took a nap, and then we went we went and saw Wicked that afternoon, and we had to find tickets at this theater, which is the theater I used to go to growing up, and I really, really love it. It's at the Provo Mall, and it's basically the only thing keeping that mall running. Well, I guess Target's there now, but That mall is so sad. It used to be so cool. That used to be, we called it the new mall, and that's like where we only wanted to shop. Like we didn't want to go to the other malls because that one was a cool mall, and now it's just like so sad. Anyway, we had to get tickets there because everywhere else was sold out, but that theater doesn't have reclining seats, and it's just weird going to a theater now that doesn't have reclining seats, you know, because most of them do. Anyway, the line for concessions was insane. And what's frustrating about this is they have a concession stands out front before you give them your ticket to go in the movie, and then they have a concessions right inside after you give them your ticket. And they never have the first one open. But I'm like, okay, you need to read the room. It is Thanksgiving week, and there are 3 movies out, huge movies: Wicked, Moana, and Gladiator. So you need to, even if you're not using or letting people buy from the front one, at least cook popcorn up there or something. Because they announced like several times, like, we are not, we're behind on popcorn. It'll be about a 40-minute wait for popcorn. I'm like, for popcorn? Are you serious? And then, what is it? My mom's going to get mad at me for this. What is it about old people that makes them feel so entitled? This man, I'm sitting there waiting, and this man, he's just staring at me. And you know when you can tell someone's staring at you in your peripheral vision? And I'm just like, I don't want to make eye contact with him. And he just slowly, every few seconds, makes a few steps forward, a few steps forward, until he's in front of me. I'm like, did you think I'm not gonna see you? Like, what? And he just butted right in front of, like, there's a huge line of people just right in front of me. I'm like, okay, whatever, come on in. It's just so interesting to me that old people do stuff like that. My grandma did that one time. We went to Mesquite, and on the way home, we want to stop at that creamery in Beaver for ice cream. But we were late because we had to stop at Texas Roadhouse to get her mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm like, Grandma, we're gonna be late. She's like, no, it'll be fine. So we get there, and they've roped off the line, so you can't get in anymore because, like I said, we weren't there on time. And she's like, we didn't come all this way for nothing. And she crawls underneath those little rope things they put up. I'm like, Grandma. And like all the workers are staring at her and like rolling their eyes, and they're like so annoyed. I'm like, sorry, but we got our ice cream. But it's just like stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's just interesting. So I waited in line quite a while. I let my cousins go in and the rest of my family because I've already seen the movie. And I didn't even get into the movie and like they were just getting to the school. So I guess I didn't miss that much, but it was quite a while, and we were in line like a half hour before that. So I don't know. It's just like, really, really, you didn't think to plan. Maybe they don't have enough employees. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. But I saw Wicked again. It was really, really good. I loved it, and I think everyone should see it. Okay, should we get into our list for the day? Have you guys heard about that new social media site? It's called Blue Sky. It's like the new Twitter and the new Threads, but it's not controlled by AI, so that's a good thing. I don't know. It's interesting. It's basically just another social media site. I don't really know what's different. I guess there's a feature though that you don't have to follow people, but if you're still intrigued with kind of what they're saying, you can put them in a list, and then you can go to that list later, but it doesn't go on your normal feed, if that makes any sense. So that's kind of cool. So if it's like news and stuff, but you don't want news constantly filling up your feed, you can do that on a separate page. So that's kind of cool. I have it. It's okay. It's like I said, it's another social media thing, but I think they're trying to slowly take over the void that Twitter has left. Now that Twitter has left us. And I don't know, some people just aren't into Threads, and they're just not into Mark Zuckerberg in general, or Elon Musk. So I think that's the reason for Blue Sky. But apparently the reason I heard about it is because it's gaining a lot of traction lately. It's been out for a while, like over a year, I think. But now, like, they're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of people signing up per day now. So it's gaining momentum. and I'm trying to get in at the bottom so I can get some kind of a following on at least one platform in my life. Anyway, Diddy, did you see that? He hired, I don't even know what you'd call them, private investigators, private detectives, to go around and find influencers who have been talking negatively about Diddy and kind of not necessarily threatening them, but threatening them, yes, and then offering to pay them off and say, we'll pay you more than what you made from this post or you made from whatever outlet's paying you to talk about him. But you have to say good things about Diddy. And they're like, no. And I'm like, how is he able to tell people to do that? Like, don't they monitor your phone calls in prison? Or just your conversations in general? Or the ones with your lawyers private? Maybe that's how he got it out. I'm just like, you have other worries to worry about right now than if people are talking negatively about you. I mean, I guess it doesn't help his case if people are doing that right now, but you know what I mean? I just think that's so interesting. He's been denied 3 times now for bail, and they won't let him out. It'll be interesting to see. I hate the legal system. It's gonna take so freaking long for this thing to play out. Like, how long do we wait for the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial? Like, I just don't understand why it takes so long for cases to be submitted or whatever, sent to trial. Interesting. Lana Del Ray has a new album coming out. It's called The Right Person Will Stay. And that one kind of hit me right in the heart. But I am going to try with this album. I'm going to be honest, I don't like anything that she's done other than, what is it, Born to Die? Is that the first album? And, I mean, I like a few songs throughout, but the rest of the albums I just don't get. I'm sorry. I don't get the, did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? I don't get the standing on the back of my grandfather while he deep sea fishes song titles. I don't know. I don't get it. So apparently this album was supposed to be called Lasso, and she's changed it at the last minute. And the cover looks like a funeral pamphlet. And people are like, well, this is true Lana Del Rey fashion that she made her cover art on Canva, and it really does look like that. But, I mean, I guess that's her... Is it MO? What does that even mean? What does MO mean? I don't know. On this caption it says, out May 21st, so grateful that my 13 tracks... 13? Why 13? Come on, people. That's not an album. Came together with my beautiful work between Luke, Jack, Zach, and Drew Erickson, amongst others. Are they all related? Is that all their last name? Happy for you to hear a few songs coming up before Stagecoach, starting with Henry. That must be the name of the song. Love Always. So, yeah. She's also going on tour. She just announced Ireland and UK, which means she'll probably announce the rest of Europe and North America. I don't know. Does she go to South America? I heard that not many people go to South America until like Madonna did it, and then when Katy Perry went, then Miley Cyrus started going. I think obviously Taylor Swift went, but I just don't think a lot of people go down there, which is crazy because the fans down there are insane. They are diehard. They are loyal fans. They do not falter when someone's having a rough time or a rough album release. Like, they are true fans. Not like these Americans who just leave at the sight of a new haircut. Anyway, yeah, she's doing Stagecoach. I don't even know when Stagecoach is. Do we know? Let's see. When? Oh, excuse me. My Skims arrived, you guys. I hate this trackpad. I am so sorry. I finally learned how to turn off like when you try and select all and like select a whole bunch of text, it would double press and then want me to search. Like, it's like, do you want to search this word in a dictionary? I'm like, no, I'm trying to copy and paste all this stuff. But every time I try, it double presses. Anyway, you can turn that off. I figured out. But how annoying. And then I can't figure out the double click on this thing. Sorry. When does Stagecoach come out? Or, sorry. When is Stagecoach? 2025. So weird that we're in 2025. Friday. Wait, what? Isn't that when Coachella is? Friday, April 25th through Sunday, April 27th. Every year, this epic event transforms the Empire Polo Club in Indio. Is it the same time? Hang on. Indio is where they have Coachella, just FYI. So I went to Indio. We went in June once, and it was so hot that the magazine... Oh, so it's right after. I wonder if they use the same place. Anyway, we were out of the pool, and I was reading a magazine, and my pages started falling off. I'm like, what is going on? It was so hot, the glue was melting, and the pages were falling off. You couldn't even walk from your chair to the pool without having shoes on because your feet would burn. Like, that's how hot it was. It was like 114. My car was overheating. Like, it was so hot. Speaking of that, I lost my car keys. And I don't even know where they could have gone. Truly, I came home from grocery shopping on Wednesday night, came inside, and went to bed. I put the groceries away and went to bed. Then Friday morning, I get up to go to Target. Can't find my keys. So I'm like, hey, well, I'll take my other car. Hopefully it doesn't snow because I will not get home. This car's rear-wheel drive and I will not get home if it snows. And I come back, still can't find my keys. I'm like, well, I'll find them when I'm cleaning. Can't find them. Cleaned out my gym bag, cleaned out my backpack. Like, I checked all my pants pockets. It's to the point now where I'm checking places I know that it would never be. But I'm like, I have no choice. I literally went through the trash. I took all the trash bags out of the trash and went through them one by one. I'm like, well, maybe I threw them away. I had to break into my car because I'm like, well, maybe the key fob is somewhere where it can't detect it, and that's why it's not opening. And no, it's not there. And I'm like, well, maybe I left it in the trunk because that's the last place I got stuff out of. And so I break into my car, and I unlock the door and the trunk won't open. I don't know if it's some kind of like security thing. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do now? How do you break into a trunk? I don't know. And you know what the frustrating part is? I have had an AirTag on it for I don't know how long. And I took it off to put in one of my luggage things when I was traveling somewhere because I like to make sure I know where my luggage is. And I kept saying, Casey, put that back on. And I didn't. And this is what happens. I've had this car I've had this car for over 10 years, and I don't want to keep putting money into it because it's old. It's like 16 years old, and it's got 330,000 miles on it. And a new key fob is like $500. I'm like, I don't want to spend that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money. I am so frustrated. I've been trying to remain calm through this whole thing, but I don't know how much more I have left in me. I just don't. I'm so annoyed. There's nowhere else it could be besides in this house somewhere. I checked around in the snow around the car where I walked in the house. I'm like, maybe I dropped it. Anyway, that's just me. Teenage Dream, the album, has now spent 400 weeks on the Billboard 200. And that is a lot, but there are others like Adele's album, I think 25, has spent like 680 weeks. 1989 has spent, I wonder if it's the original album. It must be. It has to be. There's no way. Has spent like 700 weeks or something, 600. That's a lot of weeks. That is a lot of weeks. Let's see. So Drake is now suing, or continuing to sue, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar. And he's also suing Universal Music Group. It says Drake has filed a second legal action against record label Universal Music over Kendrick Lamar's hit Not Like Us, which was released at the height of the pair's feud earlier this year. The star has accused Universal of defamation, and his legal papers claim the company could have halted the release of the song, falsely accusing him of being a sex offender. Instead, his lawyers claim Universal executed a plan to make the song a viral mega hit and used Lamar's incendiary. I do not know how to say that word. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. It's called incendiary, which apparently means to cause fire. Designed to cause fires. An attack. Anyway, moving on. Incendiary lyrics to drive consumer hysteria and, of course, massive revenue. It comes a day after Drake filed papers in New York accusing the company of illegally boosting the song's profile on Spotify. Universal has called the claims offensive and untrue. Drake, I don't think you should be talking about inflating numbers. Just FYI. You are probably one of the number one celebs that do that, singers that do that. It says, we employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived or absurd legal arguments can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. I kind of believe that. I think there's a lot of finagling, even, I guess, unless it's like just good business practices and good managers, you know. But I will say, Olivia Rodrigo pops up on my Spotify a lot. So that and Taylor Swift, they pop up quite a bit. And you know what else pops up quite a bit? Die With a Smile. So I'm not saying it's like all bad. What am I trying to say? Like, they're all forcing it upon us, but I think a lot of it is like that. Payola is what they call it. Where they pay to have their music streamed on platforms like that and radios. Anyway, like the earlier filing, the latest court document is not a lawsuit. Instead, it is a pre-action petition under which Drake's lawyers can ask the court to order Universal to preserve any relevant documents and information ahead of future legal action. It was filed in Texas and also involves a radio giant iHeartRadio, which operates more than 850 stations across the U.S. According to Drake's lawyers, Not Like Us. How is that possible? 850 stations? Isn't that a monopoly? How is that allowed? Anyway, according to Drake's lawyers, Not Like Us heard more than 25 million times by listeners to iHeart stations in 4 months after its release. Citing a whistleblower, they claim Universal potentially made covert payments to iHeart as a part of pay-to-play scheme to promote the song. Drake's lawyers admit that they have been unable to confirm whether the payments went to iHeart radio stations, but argue that as a number one audio company in the country, it was most likely the recipient. If approved, the court action would compel the companies to provide any evidence regarding the accusations. The BBC has contacted iHeartRadio for a response to the petition. I'm guessing they did not. Anyway, so Drake's just trying to cover his tracks or whatever, and I think he's realizing that he's not as popular as he thought he was. You were on top for quite a while, but it doesn't look like anymore. Oh, this is crazy. So Adele, we talked about last week, she finished up her residency in Las Vegas. She now has a vinyl for sale. And where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. It says Weekends with Adele live in Las Vegas limited edition vinyl box set. Own the one-of-a-kind audio experience of Adele's full live set from her groundbreaking Las Vegas performance exclusively on a limited edition vinyl box set for the very first time. Recorded during Adele's 100-date residency at the historic Coliseum in Caesar's Palace, this special offering spans 2 hours of music, showcasing songs from across her entire catalog, including fan favorites Hello, Rolling in the Deep, and Someone Like You. I love Someone Like You. Includes banter in between songs in true Adele fashion. 3 LPs on a 180G vinyl plus a 56-page photo book housed within a fold-out box that mirrors the magnificent Weekends with Adele stage Comes complete with your own confetti directly from the show. So the track list is there's 21 songs. That's interesting. She sang Skyfall. Oh, I would have loved to hear that. I tried to get tickets to her multiple times. It is impossible. Okay, the track list is Hello, Easy on Me, Turning Tables, Take It All, I Drink Wine, Water Under the Bridge, Send My Love to Your New Lover, Oh My God, One and Only, Don't You Remember, Rumor Has It, Skyfall, Hometown Glory. Oh, does she not sing? She doesn't. Hometown Glory, Love in the Dark, Cry Your Heart Out, Set Fire to the Rain, When We Were Young, Hold On, Someone Like You, Rolling in the Deep, and Love is a Game. She doesn't sing Chasing Pavement. She actually talked about how she didn't like how she recorded that song. Just so it kind of makes her cringe. Anyway, you can pre-order this. Do you want to know, it comes out in April, how much the box set is? $350. I feel like to be an Adele fan, you have to be super rich. Like, to go to her show is not cheap. To order this vinyl is not cheap. She's just like opulence, you know? That's just kind of what she exudes. That's a lot of money. That is a ton of money. There's a video playing. Oh, it shows it is a cool vinyl. But that is a lot of money. 100 dates. Could you imagine? Like, how many shows has Taylor Swift done? I think by the time she's done, she'll have done like 165 or something, 170. Do you think, like, truly, do you think they get sick of their music? Do you think they're just like, oh, God, this again? Do you think they're just like dreading having to go out and sing again? I mean, Taylor has enough songs that it kind of mixes it up, but I don't know. Do you think Adele singing the same 21 songs 100 times kind of got old? Plus, she did that one in Germany. I don't know. I mean, I guess once you're making that much money, you really, really, really don't care. The new Lilo and Stitch trailer dropped. I keep forgetting this is a thing. My cousin went to Disneyland recently, and she said they had so much Lilo and Stitch merch. And she's like, what is going on? And she remembered this movie was coming out. When does it come out? Expected May 23rd, 2025. All it says is live action remake of Disney's animated classic Lilo and Stitch. I'm usually all for like live action. Like, I love Beauty and the Beast, I love Cinderella. Aladdin was pretty good, but I don't know about this because Lilo and Stitch is truly one of the best Disney movies, and I hope they just don't ruin it. It looks okay. I mean, he doesn't look that realistic. Looks like a lot of CGI, but I guess we'll see. I mean, it's got Disney money, so I'm sure it'll do well. Anyway, there's not much to that story. I just want to tell you that it's coming out soon. Okay, there's rumors that Beyoncé is going to tour very, very soon, which I've talked about several times. But also, she just announced... Actually, I don't know if she did announce it. I bet you she will today. I bet you in a few hours, when I check my Instagram, she will have some kind of announcement on it. Probably like some edited post, you know. Like, how do I explain it? Like, her posts lately, like, are all like very what am I trying to say? Like, she sends them to an editor and he does like all this to make it look like a scrapbook, all this kind of stuff. I bet you it'll be like that because that's kind of her vibe right now. But someone found it on her website, and it is a book, a Cowboy Carter book. I think it's got 100 and... How is it sold out? Are you freaking kidding me? I checked yesterday. How is it sold out when it's not even out yet? Oh my gosh, I am so mad. My car key's now this. Okay, Cowboy Carter art book, pre-order. How is that possible? Katy Perry did that too on her website. It was like merch that hadn't even come out yet, and it was sold out. I'm like, how? Just make more. You understand you can make more. Okay, it says details. 136-page printed high-gloss book packaged in a sealed clear back. Contains exclusive, never-before-seen imagery inspired by the Cowboy Carter album. Shop Beyoncé exclusive, limited to 10 books per customer. 10 books? That's a lot of money because they're $75 each. Ships December 13th and all sales are final. All right, well, let me notify when it comes back in stock because that didn't even give me a chance. She hasn't even announced it yet. How did people find this? Hang on, I'm just entering my phone number so when it comes back in stock I can get it. I love coffee table books and tour books and all that stuff. So, well, obviously I love magazines. So it's not a shock, but I am so annoyed. I'm so annoyed that it's out of stock before it's even for sale officially. So Mark Cherry, I think that's his name. He's the one that created Desperate Housewives. I think I'm going to watch that this winter. I've been seeing a lot of edits of it on TikTok, and I just love that show. But he has been hinting lately at a prequel. He's like, it would be cool to have it set Wisteria Lane. That's the road they all live on. Set in like the 1950s or 60s. I'm like, that would be interesting. I wonder if it'll actually happen and who they would cast. But I just don't think you can beat the original cast. Australia has banned social media for kids under 16. Did you hear about that? I don't know how they would do that. How can you tell? Like, and what are you going to do? Arrest them? I'm not watching that 20-minute video on it. It says, here's Forbes. No social media for anyone under 16. What to know about the ban in Australia. A ban on social media for children under 16, which drew criticism from social media companies and leaders. Of course they were mad. Passed the Australian Senate on Thursday, poising it to become the world's first law designed to keep young children off social media. Okay, so it's one of these things. It's not really banned. It's like super close and then they're going to deny it. Welcome to America. The ban, which would allow Australia to fine companies for not preventing children younger than 16 from having accounts, passed 34 to 19 on Thursday after passing the House 102 to 13. Wow, people want it really bad. It is expected to quickly become a law when it will be given social media companies 1 year to prevent those under the age of 16 limit from having accounts, otherwise risking a fine $33 million. That's honestly nothing for those companies. You guys, come on. They'll just pay that. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese praised the law in an opinion piece Tuesday, positioning Australia to lead the world in the safety for young people. Critics of the bill in the government expressed concerns it was rushed, and one independent lawmaker said it was a blunt instrument that would not actually hold social media companies accountable. That's what I'm saying. How do you monitor that? This bill puts the onus on social media companies, not young people, not their parents, Albanese wrote in his opinion piece. He added that the bill is about making it clear that social media companies have social responsibility and sending a message to all those mums and dads who are worried about the impact that social media is having on their children's well-being, their mental health, their confidence, and sense of self. So there you go. We'll see how that goes, how that plays out. What is next? Hailee Steinfeld. I love Hailee Steinfeld. I just do. If you have not watched Dickinson on Apple TV, I highly recommend it. It's a very comfortable show to watch, meaning it's very easy to watch, but it's really good. And it's a good one to like cuddle up in bed and just be cozy and watch. It's obviously about Emily Dickinson, but the way they like put a twist on it, they have like modern music, with this old time, vibe of when, I don't know when she was alive. It's really good. I liked it a lot, and I like the actors in it, and I thought everyone did a great job. But Hailee Steinfeld is engaged. to Josh Allen. He plays for, who does he play for? The Bills? The Bulls? No, the Bills. Oh, wait. Yeah, the Bills, right? Sorry. Uh, okay, it says, unlike the couple that literally inspired a Hallmark movie. Oh, they're talking about Travis Kelce. Sorry. The 27-year-old and 27-year-old actor and 28-year-old NFL player have largely kept their romance away from the public eye. While they were first linked in May 2023, Allen waited over a year to hard launch the relationship on Instagram. Just 4 months after that, he popped the question on November 22nd. Even so, Allen made sure to go all out for his beach proposal in late November. Surrounded by pink floral arch and too many candles to count, the quarterback knelt in front of the Marvel actor who was dressed in a black and white shirt, dress, and knee-high boots. He captioned the photo from the gorgeous moment on Instagram with the infinity symbol and a date of their engagement. Yeah. Well, sorry, I was just thinking. Would you like that? Like, obviously when she showed up, she knew something was happening. Like, you don't just show up and there's like all these candles and a arch flower thing and you're like, this is a normal day. Like, some people, I don't know, I guess they would like I've just seen that where people set up whole displays, but it's like, you know what's coming. Unless like you've already talked about it and you're just aware and you're just waiting for it to happen. But some people I know just like the surprise of it. But then it's like, you don't want it to be too surprised, because what if you're like in sweatpants and stuff? You know what I mean? Anyway, they're cute together, and I wish she would be in more stuff, honestly. Yeah, okay, see, he's on the Buffalo Bills. I didn't know he was a quarterback, though. Yeah, that isn't that like the highest you can get? Are they the ones that make the most money, or are there other ones that make more money on the team? My football people, my sports people, let me know. Anyway, I wish she'd be in more stuff because I like her a lot. And apparently there's going to be a new Spider-Verse movie, which I have not seen those, you guys. And I know, I need to see them. It's on my watch list for the winter. My friend Jackson actually came over, and I've had this surround sound for like 3 or 4 years now, and I have never been able to get it to work properly. And I knew he would be able to, so he showed up the other day, and I'm like, I need your help one day with getting this to work. And so he just started working on it then, and he had it fixed in like 20 minutes. I'm like, I should have had you come over a long time ago. But now I have my lights that reflect the colors on the TV on the wall behind it. I have my surround sound set up. I have my fireplace going. Like, it is going to be a great movie watching winter. And that is on the list. Anyway, there's a new Spider-Verse movie. And when does that come out? Let's see. Sorry, there's upcoming. Yeah, it says Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. What were the other ones? Isn't this one already? It says it's in production. There's no release date. After leaving off from the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the story continues. Wow. That is great information. Oh, Nicolas Cage is going to be in it. Has he always been in it? Nicolas Cage, Issa Rae, wow. Oscar Isaac. Who else? Jake Johnson. Quite a few people. Daniel Kaluuya, wow. Okay. All right. They're putting some money behind this. Let's see, what else is... did you hear about the My Chemical Romance drummer? I saw something and it said, even though he is problematic or was problematic, no one should be... So he died, sorry. But it said no one should be left in their house for 25 days before someone finds your dead body. That is crazy. They said when they got there, the body was so badly decomposed. It says Bob Breyer, dead at 44, longest My Chemical Romance drummer. It says law enforcement sources tell TMZ Breyer was found dead in his Tennessee home Tuesday after last being seen alive on November 4th. I wonder like how they finally figured out to go and look for him. It says animal control, sorry, came to the house after the body, which we're told was badly decomposed. Um, they said there was really no foul play. Nothing was stolen from the house. There was no like ransacking of the house. But yeah, that's crazy. It's kind of, that would be really sad to not have anybody look for you for 25 days. Let's see. We have a few more songs that have made it to the Billions Club. Dance the Night Away from the Barbie soundtrack, obviously by Dua Lipa, has reached 1 billion streams. And Habits by Tove Lo. Took a while for that one to get there, but it did it. That song's still so good. And then Sour by Olivia Rodrigo has 7 songs with over 1 billion streams each, which makes it the first album to ever do that. And the album has 11 tracks, so more than half the songs have 1 billion streams. I wonder if I can name them all. Driver's License, Deja Vu, Happier. Maybe I can't name them all. Let's just look it up because I don't want to butcher it. I get the two albums mixed up. I'm going to be honest. Sour, 7 billion songs or streams. Let's see. Olivia Rodrigo, Sour, now the album with the most songs above 1 billion streams, surpassing Bad Bunny's. Does Bad Bunny really have that many? No, I want you to show me what the songs are. Oh well, it's not that important, but that's a lot of songs. And Pop Bass will tell me for sure. Here we go. Driver's License, Good For You, Deja Vu, Traitor, Happier, Favorite Crime, Jealousy. So there you go. And who knows how close the other songs are to reaching 1 billion streams. That's just like an unfathomable amount of numbers, you know? Did you guys see the girl that pulled Casey Musgrave's hair at a concert? So the first video I saw, she's walking like down this aisle in between a bunch of fans, and she's like looking all happy and singing, and you just see this girl reach out and grab her hair, and she is pissed. Like obviously, rightly so, but she is livid. Like it changes her whole demeanor in seconds. And then I later saw the video from the other angle, and the girl is like so clueless. She's still like smiling at her and like fangirling over her even after Casey was like, "What the are you doing? Like, why would you do that?" And the girl's just like oblivious. I'm like, what is wrong with people? And then Casey actually, it's weird saying my name. She actually talked about it the next night at a concert. She's like, yeah, and then this weirdo or whatever grabbed my hair yesterday. What the hell is that all about? I don't understand people. Moana 2 has made $386.3 million internationally at the opening weekend box office. It was like 200 something million in the United States, and then altogether 383 million for an opening weekend. That's insane. I'm very curious to see this movie because the first one's obviously really good and fans love it. But I saw someone on my Instagram, mind you, this is one opinion versus all these other good positive things I heard, but he's like, was this written by AI? It was really hard to get through. So anyone that's seen it, let me know. Was it good? Obviously it was pretty good because word of mouth helps a lot, and I feel like people probably said it was very good, and that's why more people went throughout the weekend. But it also is Thanksgiving weekend. That's a lot of money. That is a lot. How much did Moana 2 cost? How much did Moana 2 cost to make? $150 million. Just a paltry number. That is a lot of money. So yeah, it's definitely made up for what it cost to make it. Let's see. Ellen and Portia, Ellen DeGeneres, they moved to England, if you weren't aware, after the results of the election. And They moved to the Cotswolds, which is like a very, very, very expensive place in England. And shortly after they moved in, their house flooded. And it's like pretty bad. Apparently, it's like the whole neighborhood. I don't know why, but I mean, I heard they spent over 2 million above asking price because it was like their dream English farmhouse and well, English mansion, I guess you could say. And then it flooded. That sucks. She really went from the top to the bottom very quickly. I mean, obviously she's not at the bottom because she has tons of money. She's still famous. But like to have that happen too, it's just like one thing on top of another. After all these things for so many years going right, and then she just like bad things continue to happen. That's too bad. Let's see, where are we at on time? 55 minutes. Okay, I'll just say a few things about Real Housewives of Salt Lake. So this episode, Mary was not happy with a lot of them, and I think it's funny. She didn't like Lisa. She's mad at Meredith. She told Brittany to shut up. She doesn't like... Was she getting mad at Bronwyn too? I was dying. So when Meredith asked Mary to meet her at this art gallery in Park City, Meredith's outfit, first of all, was really, really, really good. Like, really nice, very well thought out, looks very high quality. But Mary, of course, left her waiting for like an hour, which I agree is rude. But Mary's going through quite a bit right now, especially if you've seen the last part of that episode. But I think at the least you could let somebody know, like, hey, I'm gonna be late. Sorry, but she didn't, of course. Anyway, Mary shows up at this art gallery, and Meredith's like, I'm very worried about you. She's like, okay. And she's like, it just seemed very strange the other night at your house when it didn't seem like yourself when you kicked me out of your house. And she's like, well, I've never had anyone leave my house. And she's like, well, I no longer felt welcome in your home. She's like, oh, okay. And then she started going in after her. She's like, so I just think you should apologize. And Mary's like, I should apologize? What about you? Did you think that the way you were acting was annoying? And she's like, I probably was in the wrong too a little bit, yeah. And then I can't remember what she said, but it finally... Oh, then she's like, well, I just feel like there's something going on with you, and the fact that you're an hour late to meet me. And she's like, you know what, Meredith, have a good day. Have a good day. She walks. And she's actually looking out the door. She's like, go find a new life, because the one you have isn't working. It's just not it. She was literally there for like 3 minutes, and she drove all the way back home. Well, she had a driver, but I just thought that was so funny. What else I thought was funny is when they were at Meredith's house to have dinner, Bronwyn and Todd walked in, and Heather was talking to... Oh, by the way, I'm going to Heather Gay's book signing tonight. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, it's going to be in Salt Lake. This is the second one. I went last year or the year before, whenever her first book came out. Anyway, Heather's talking to, I think it's Brooks, and he's like, who's that? She's like, that's Bronwyn and her husband, Alan. And she says it so, like, confidently, like that's his name, whatever. And then she goes over and talks to Bronwyn and Alan, and she's like, hi, Bronwyn, and she's like, hi, Alan, it's so good to meet you. And Bronwyn's like, his name's Todd. And she still doesn't hear. She still doesn't understand that's not his name. I think that's so funny. Also, what is up with Lisa wearing informal clothes to formal events? Like, the one she wore to Todd and Bronwyn's anniversary dinner was not an appropriate attire for a 10-year wedding anniversary dinner. Same with Seth, whatever he was wearing, the Brooks Marks hat and whatever. And then this dinner, it's like Meredith's, they call it a Shabbat, is that what they call it? Dinner for her, it's not getting inducted. What do you call it? Becoming Jewish? Is that what you would say? I don't really know. And Meredith's Lisa's wearing like this casual jumpsuit thing or something, or just like a normal sweater. I think it's interesting. She talks about how she's like this high fashion person, but then she's always showing up and stuff like that. I don't understand it. What else? They went and did a Girl Scout camp activities. They all got in a fight. Meredith got mad at Angie for making fun of her hearing impairment. Which isn't even what she said. She just said, let me borrow your hearing aids. let, let Bronwyn borrow your hearing aids so she can hear me. Meredith, wow. Now we're making fun of impairments. Wow. And then Bronwyn wasn't having it. I feel like Bronwyn was holding back because Todd got mad at her. He said it was very unbecoming of her in Palm Springs when she was fighting with Lisa. And then what else happened? I don't know. Todd said that he had the FBI do a background check on Bronwyn before they got married. Like, I don't know. Their relationship is just so interesting to me. So weird. Um, I don't know. I think this franchise is so well done. And I love that a lot of people around the world like it because it's good and it deserves to be seen by the world. There's a lot of drama going on Mom Talk. Demi and Taylor are kind of at each other's throats right now. It seems like everyone's kind of against Taylor. Jesse's kind of trying to play the middle. Taylor's mad that people didn't congratulate her that she went to the CMA Awards. She said that her co-stars weren't very supportive, and Jesse's like, she like pulled out all these receipts of like comments she left under her pictures, and I don't know about text or whatever, but proving what she's like, no, I told you congratulations and how awesome it was. I don't know. I can't wait for the new season to come out though. I hope it comes out in January. What a great start to the new year. Did you see the first dates of the new year start on Wednesday? So the first is the Wednesday, second is Thursday, third is Friday. And it basically spells WTF, which the last time that happened was 2020. And we all know what happened in 2020. So let's hope that 2025 isn't cursed as well. Anyway, that is it for me today. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I'll let you know what happens at the Heather Gay book signing event. Start getting your Christmas stuff up. I think I'm going to see Christmas lights on Saturday. Kind of excited. Pray, manifest, whatever you believe in, that I find my car keys. I am so annoyed. I have one other trick I think I can plan, but I still don't know if they're where I think they are. So there's just no guarantee. Like if I knew where they were, I just couldn't get to them, that'd be one thing. But the fact that I don't know where they are,